Damn. Ethereum is crashing. Just look at those big red sell orders. I mean, Ethereum's pretty low right now. Question is now a good time to buy back in? Let's talk about that. In today's video, I want to talk about Ethereum. I want to start off by briefly going over the reason why Ethereum is so low. And then I want to switch it up and talk about why I think Ethereum could actually still be a good long-term investment. Then at the very end, maybe one of the most important questions is when is a good time to buy back in? Because right now, 182, yeah, to me that looks pretty low, right? But this also looks like a falling knife, and they say never try and catch a falling knife. So let's talk about at what price point would be good to get back in. I think you're going to find a lot of value in today's video. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe for our daily videos on everything going on in the cryptocurrency space. If you're new to the channel, I encourage you, hit the subscribe button, join our team. We all help each other out and share our opinions. And if you want to be a part of today's discussion, feel free to head over to our Twitter at altcoindailyio and participate in our Twitter poll I just put out. You tell me when is the best time to buy back in. I mean, are you buying in right now? Do you think there are better projects out there? Or are you waiting till it might even fall below $100? People are voting as we speak. If you want to be a part of that, go ahead and do it. Let's get started. Like I said, I first want to talk about why Ethereum's price is so low. And if you subscribe to Altcoin Daily, which I'm sure you do, I'm sure you recall about a week ago, my brother reported that one of the main reasons why Ethereum has taken such a hit in this video right here, he said, I mean, besides the fact that the whole market is taking a hit, besides that, the reason Ethereum is down is because a lot of the cryptos that are built on the Ethereum platform, a lot of these companies that use Ethereum are selling off their ETH for money, either to keep functioning or just to, become more liquid, have some more capital, whatever the reason. Because I'm sure you know, a lot of these tokens that you see on CoinMarketCap started off as ICOs on Ethereum's platform, and then they even, a lot of them are still ERC20 tokens before they transition to their own blockchain / mainnet, right? I mean, even EOS, a lot of people say that's an Ethereum killer. It started off as a ICO and an ERC20 token on Ethereum's platform, like many of these are right now. And a week ago, we told you about this. Clearly, a lot of you found value in this video. A lot of you liked it. But since then, the fact is, since then, Ethereum has kept dipping. I believe when that video was made a week ago, Ethereum was about at 220, 230. And since then, we have fallen much, much further. And since then, some more stuff has come to light. So let's get into that. The first theory of why Ethereum is so low is because of this. But let's talk about the next theory that just came out, I think it was yesterday. And it's the theory that BitMEX CEO is encouraging his customers to manipulate Ethereum's price. And if you don't know what some of these words mean, let's clue everybody in, because we have both whales, we have both experts and newbies part of our team. And if you don't know about BitMEX, it's an exchange where you buy and sell crypto futures and just overall leverage trade. And for those who don't know what leverage trading is borrowing money or using money that you don't actually have to bet on a price of the cryptocurrency going higher or going lower. And this is how the market gets manipulated, right? It's very risky, and BitMEX allows its customers to do this. There's a whole market for it. It's unregulated, and overall, in my opinion, this is bad for the space. The market's still very young, still very new, and this allows all this manipulation to happen. People who want to short the market, they can come to BitMEX and do that. And it should be shut down in my opinion. But here's the story here. BitMEX is allegedly accused of manipulating Ethereum's price. A crypto trading exchange with eye-watering margins of 100x has angered Ethereans after BitMEX CEO Arthur Hayes appeared to tell his customers under an official BitMEX account to short ETH. So the CEO allegedly said to short ETH. And we can see the supposed screenshot right here. So this is, I guess, Arthur Hayes, the CEO of BitMEX. This is his official screen name, and he said, if you are a Bitcoin-based spectator, this is a perfect way to punt on the Ethereum US or USD price. Now, what does punt mean? That's unclear. Not necessarily a negative thing, but I mean, let's go to the next ones. Because somebody else said, nice call, I have a 50x at the bottom of 7,400. Then the CEO responded, you never need to touch that shitcoin called Ether or the bigger shitcoin USD. So some say that the CEO is a Bitcoin maximalist. Arthur Hayes, the CEO of BitMEX, at any rate, he's not a fan of Ethereum, and it's being reported that he told his customers to short ETH. And through BitMEX, that's definitely possible. So that's another reason why Ethereum's price is so low right now. But with all this news put together, combined with the fact that, I mean, the whole market is down, that's really why Ethereum's dropping. And, you know, if there's another reason, I don't think anybody knows. But let's move on, because many of you have asked me, in our comments, you've said lately, is Ethereum good to buy right now? And as you may or may not know, I hold Ethereum. I've held it for a while now, and I actually did buy in again at a price that was much higher than this. That was much higher than 182. And my plan was always to hold it long term. But the question is, since it's so low right now, when is a good time to buy? You know, they say never try and catch a falling knife. And that's what Ethereum's looking like. So we need to make sure we're smart about this. And before we even talk about the price to get back in at, let's first talk about reasons why you might want to invest in Ethereum, right? Because a lot of times Ethereum, it's such a staple. A lot of people don't really talk about it that much. So the other thing is there's a lot of excitement for other projects that are supposedly faster or better or more scalable than Ethereum, you know, like a EOS or Cardano or even like a Nulls. The fact is, though, that those other projects, although I'm very bullish on some of them, they have yet to do what Ethereum has done. And Ethereum, it's done a lot. Make no mistake about that. Ethereum is the second most valuable crypto for a reason. They were the first to market, and they were actually the first ones to say, hey, this blockchain technology that's becoming so popular with Bitcoin can probably be used for more than just a currency. We can probably turn this into something useful. We can put programs and contracts on this blockchain. So they're the first to say that. And there are many reasons to suspect that Ethereum will go back up. And I'm just going to go over 4 of them right now. I mean, you can agree with me, you can disagree with me, but check this out. And when you stay tuned till the end, then I'm going to tell you at what price point I think would be good to get back in. So the first reason why I think Ethereum could be a good long-term investment is because just because the price is down, it doesn't mean the company is dead. Right? Ethereum still has a lot of developers and companies building on top the Ethereum platform. And you can actually check out all 1,875 of the projects that are built on Ethereum at stateofthedapps.com right here. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check this out. But going forward, in the future, I think developers will continue to build on Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum, it's more stable, it's more proven, it's more tested. Developers will continue to develop on it. And what I'm not saying is that Cardano or EOS or Nulls, you know, I'm not saying they won't find great success, because I believe they will. I mean, maybe even one day they can surpass Ethereum. All I'm saying, it's not one or the other. Ethereum is proven and will continue to remain a place where, you know, people will go and build on. So that's the first reason. And the second thing I want to bring to your attention is Ethereum, they're constantly working on improvements. You know, Ethereum, it's very aware of its faults and is actively trying to stay relevant in the crypto space. They don't want to be the Alta Vista of the crypto world. They want to be the Google. And as I'm sure you know, with the eventual Casper protocol and sharding, they plan to switch to a proof-of-stake blockchain and increase their speed and scalability, and overall, they want to stay relevant. Now, we still have years before this is implemented. And that worries some people, but it's definitely on their roadmap. Yeah. Number 3 reason that Ethereum could have a good future is, let's see if I can get this page to load. There we go. The number 3 reason is that they are backed by That's my number 4 reason. All right, there we go. Number 3 reason is that when the general public thinks of crypto, they think of Bitcoin, right? But after that, they really only know a couple altcoins. Maybe they know Ripple, XRP, but they probably know Ethereum as well. And from brand recognition alone, when people are getting involved in crypto, they're going to be interested in Ethereum. You can see here, Mark Cuban next season is going to start accepting Bitcoin and Ether for Mavs tickets and such. And there's even a video online of Mark Cuban when he's mentioning investing in crypto. He's like, yeah, put 10% of your investment money into speculative cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, and he says Ethereum by name. So that's something, brand recognition. And then the 4th reason why Ethereum could be a good investment for the future is, let's see if we can pull this up. There we go. 4th reason is that they are backed by many, many people. Ethereum has done a lot to get where it is. I mean, it's no accident. They're the 2nd most valuable crypto. They've made a lot of partnerships. You can see some of the biggest ones right here. And they're involved with a lot of companies that are trying to further Ethereum's success. For instance, the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance is a group of over 200 companies such as Intel, Microsoft, JP Morgan, and others that all work together to further Ethereum's technology. So those are 4 of the reasons. And I mean, basically the overall conclusion is Ethereum is not dead. The whole market is low right now. Ethereum is just especially low. And this could mean a good buying opportunity for those who want to stock up on higher cap coins. So let's talk price. Now, back in March, when Ethereum and many other, the whole market tanked, but Ethereum got just below $400, and many people thought that the bottom would be around $300 because that was the last support before that in around November of last year. As we know now, Ethereum dipped way below 300, even way below 200. Well, right now we're at 182, but the fact is, there's not a lot of support around 182. Some people say Ethereum will dip below $100 because the last bit of support back in May of 2017 was around $90 to $100. So, I mean, that would be, it still has a lot more to fall if that's the case. Now, the thing is, I don't think Ethereum is going to get below $100 because the market is so much different from where we were May of 2017. I mean, a lot more projects are building on Ethereum. Just the overall sentiment is much better. Way more infrastructure, I guess, for people to get involved, whether it's big money or retail investors. As you saw, some people are accepting Ethereum to pay for certain things. So I don't think, just based on market sentiment and human psychology, I don't think Ethereum is going to get below $100. I suspect if it gets close to 100 or even just a little bit below 100, there will be a lot of people who have buy orders who want to buy it up. I do think, however, it probably still has a lot of room to fall. I mean, you can see this falling knife. So if you started cost averaging right now, I wouldn't fault you. I understand. I mean, I think eventually it's going to get back over $200. Yeah, long term for sure. But for me, I think maybe 110 might be the bottom, just because I think there's so much of a psychological, 100 is such a good buy possibly for Ethereum that people aren't even going to let it fall to 100, especially if this happens in Q4, the coming months, when the whole market is supposedly, hopefully will pump up like it does pretty much every year. So for me, at around 150, I might start cost averaging then and assume I'll pick up a lot between 150 and 110. So that's for me, what I'm going to do. Like I said, I want to find out what you're going to do. Feel free to participate in our Twitter poll. Let us know. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily crypto content. If you found value in today's video, give it a like. That's it, guys. See you tomorrow.